Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with me by hitting that subscription button. It's all free, and the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. Thank you so much to every single one of you for supporting the channel and for your kind, lovely words. I am very grateful and humbled by it. Thank you so much, everyone. Today we're going to create this tunic crochet blouse. Of course, this is a deep salmon color. In camera it looks more orangey, but it's not. It's really salmon, but like more on the orangey peach, dark peach, if you would put it. So we're going to create a very simple to create. It's all squares up top. I know it's small on camera to see, but I can't do anything about it for now. This is my mobile. These are the sleeves, as you can see. And at the edge of the sleeve, I closed in with half double crochet. This is the bottom part. And this is Portuguese star stitch, which we'll get into that when we get into that row. So very simple to create. Another thing is with this type of blouse, I like to create blouses into a design where you can go the size you would like. So if you're a small, medium, a large, X large one, 1L, 2L, 3L, and so on, it's just adding on the squares and of course adding on more rows onto here. Now, I did this part here for the chest area because you could wear it with a little tank top or a strapless bra or transparent straps on bra, which is perfect for. But if you don't want to use this type of stitch, you can just continue on with the granny square all the way. But I think it gives it a whole different dimension, a whole different punch to it. It's gorgeous. It's more beautiful in person. And you can go the length you want. I did it this big because I'm, bigger chested, so I wanted to cover up pretty much the chest area. But if you want to go longer, or if you don't want to use the granny squares in the bottom and you just want to use this stitch all the way to the bottom, you just continue to the desired length you would like. So that's an option for you. You also could do it sleeveless. That's an option for you. 1/4 sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, half sleeve, and long sleeve. So you got all these beautiful options to work with. Very simple to create. And like I said, you can create the size you would like. All you have to do is just keep adding on to the squares right from the top in the beginning. So my size is a full medium. So this is a full medium. It could go into a large easily, but I wouldn't say so much because of the sleeve square, granny square size. It would have to be added more onto here to become a large arm. Some people have more chunkier arms and some people have smaller arms. I have smaller arms, but I have long arms. So I have 6 rows in length of the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or actually, yes, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I have 7. Didn't even realize I had 7. Okay. So I have, just start from the, I hope I didn't get it mixed up. Let me see. No, I must have 6. I have to have 6. This is part of the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, there's 6 because the 7th one belongs to part of the neck, which is not part of the shoulder. So this is the neck area, as you see. So it's going to be tight on both ends. Anyway, we'll get to it. So I'll show you a few tricks along the way too, in case you make a mistake somewhere, how to correct it instead of taking it down. I use 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, meaning 4 strings. Now, when you make these type of tunics, you want it to be nice and straight on your body. So this is a medium, how do I put it? Medium cotton. It's not hard cotton and it's not soft cotton. So it's a medium cotton. I like to work with it because it just lays out the pattern perfectly. When you're doing, especially table runners and things like that, it's perfect for that. Or the hard cotton for that, so the pattern can stay flat on your furniture. When you're creating into more softer clothing, then you go with the soft cotton so it can shape your body. This is perfect for it. It's not going to give it that complete shape all the way, for especially for people that have more like a little bit of chunkier on the stomach area and belly area. I like this because it stays flat. It's not going to be shaping into it and make it show so much of it. So especially I have a little bit chunk in my stomach, my belly area, which is normal. For me, I guess it's normal, especially after you have children and so on and so forth. So I like it. I don't want it to be too tight to the body and have all my little fatty showing. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to do the tutorial on this pink, which I have started already, front or back part. It doesn't matter, it's the same thing because it's the same amount of stitch in the front, same amount of stitch in the back. So it's going to, as a full medium, it's 5 rows of the granny square, okay, which the link will be below for the granny square. Now, when you're going to create the granny square, the last row, you're not going to close it in because except for the first one. The first one you do the granny square, you close in everything, all the row, and cut the thread and tuck it up. And then the second granny square, you can't do it all the way to the last row. So it has 1, 2, 3. So the third row, you don't complete it because you need to start attaching onto the corners. So when you start already doing your second, you need to start corner, middle, and corner. And then you continue to close your row. And then you go into the third one. And then again, corner, middle, corner. And then you go back, middle, and so on. So it's always, corners and middles. You always have to keep attaching to it, okay? Now, I'm going to show you here. I've started ready to create the front, but I wanted to show you how it's closed in for the sleeve. So it's going to take only one attachment here on the corner. And I've closed in up top. So I got corner, middle, and corner. And here, of course, because then I'm going to continue on. So here, we don't do it here because this is the body of the stomach, right? For the breast, I mean. So the chest area. So we don't close this. It's going to be back part, front part, or either or, because same stitch. And we're going to leave 1, 2, 3 out. We do not close 3. This is the neck area, so we do not close it. We're only going to close it here on the 4th and on the 5th. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 out. We leave out for the neck, and then we close one shoulder with 1, and then we're going to close the other shoulder with the other one here, and we're going to close it here on the corner here, just like this one here. Okay, so we're going to close this one here. So we're going to get into that. Okay, so hook number 3, little one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. And we're going to get started, people. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so let's say you already have 1 square done. Okay, so you have 1 square done. You're on your second square. You would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. You'd come in the corner where you have your 11 chains. You do a single, and 2, 3, 4, and 5 more chain stitch. So you're going to have the total of 11, the 5 chain going up, 1 single makes 6, and 5 coming down, which equals the 11th. You go into the next little blockage of double crochet and create your 4 double crochet. Now we're going to do chain, because we are attaching on the 7th chain. We're going to do 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, with the single that we're going to attach. That equals 4. 3 more chain, 1, 2, and 3, and into the group of the double crochet. So the 3 chain going up and 1 single equals 4, and then the 3 more equals 7. Okay, so then you do your group. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Your 5 chain. We are going to attach it onto the corner where you have your 11 chain. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, coming back into the group, doing the 4 double crochet. If you find the videos too fast for you, you could always go up top. There's 3 little buttons on the right side. Click on it and slow down the video to the speed you would like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 chain. Now we're doing the 7 because we are not attaching anywhere, so we have to do the 7 chain. So basically we're preparing for the next square to be attached. We create our 4 group, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chain, because this is the corner. The corner ones are 11 chain, the middle ones are 7. So 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4 double crochet. Now we're going to create 7 chain. We're doing middle again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Doing the group. Now I might have to go to video 2 and video 3 because my cell phone takes it. These tutorials take up too much memory until eventually I can get a computer and a nice camera to get it done better. So we're doing corner again, so 11 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chain. Come back, do the group of 4 double crochet over the 4 double crochet from the previous row, and the middle, 7 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to close it in on the last one here in the corner with a slip stitch. We're going to cut our thread and pull through it, so as you can see. So we attached corner and middle. Now, of course, I'm going to do my 5, and so as you can see, these are the corners. So the next one, we know that we're going to attach corner, middle, and corner. I'm also going to tuck in loose ends right away because I don't like to keep it for the end. I like to get rid of it. So I'm passing the thread through the back. I'm going through some of the loops back here. I like to give it a knot just to make sure that nothing ever is going to come apart. So you do that a couple of times. So when you cut your thread, don't cut it too short in order to knot a few knots here and there. This way you're safe that nothing will ever come apart. Okay, so onto the next one, which I had ready here already. So nothing to it. So you're going to do your 5 chain. You're going to come into the corner, and we're going to repeat the same thing until your desired length. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because we closed in the middle with a single. And do your group. One, 2, and 3 only, because we are attaching. We're attaching here in the middle with middle back to back. 1, 2, and 3. With the single that we attach makes 4. With the other first 3 chains we did makes 7. So now we're doing our group. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, because we're doing corner right in the center there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back to close our 4 double crochets here. We're going to create double crochet over double crochet. 2, 3, and 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, because we are not attaching anywhere. So we have to do the 7 chains. Only when you're attaching, you're doing the 3 chains and the single and 3 chains. When you're not attaching, you have to do the 7 chain. Now, I'm doing the corners, so we're doing 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Creating the corner, not the corner, sorry. Well, it is the corner actually. Creating the groups. Do 4 double crochet, just like that. This is the corner, and then now the middle. So we're not attaching, we need to create 7 chains. Do the group, and we have 1 more corner to create, so we're going to do the 11 chain. I love pink. Can you tell people I've made a few blouses already with pink? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chain. Create your group, and then you have 1 more middle of 7 chain, and you can cut your thread. This is very fast to do. What takes a little bit longer is the star stitch. Obviously, there's a lot of stitching into that. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, but it makes it a gorgeous top. Beautiful Portuguese star stitch. I love that stitch, just beautiful. And we're gonna tie in loose ends to bring your thread to the back. And again, you would do the same thing, just make a few knots here and there from the inside, the back part of your pattern, and just pretty much knot it any little loop that you grab. There's not a specific loop, just do 2-3 times and you should be good to go. Okay, so as far as my front or back part, doesn't matter. It's the same stitch. So I have 1 more to do, which is the corner one here, and I'm going to teach you how. So we're going to as you see on this corner here. We're only going to do it up top, so we're going to attach here, here, and here, of course, and then we are coming into this one here, and then this one here and here. Okay, so we're going to get into that. So we know automatically we got all of these ends to attach, 1, 2, and 3, except for the arm. So this is the arm area. We're not attaching the arm area here. We're only attaching the up top area, and one in the corner here, like this one. That's all we're going to attach here, just one, because this belongs to the top, like that. Okay. Okay, you guys, so we're ready to put the 5th one in. This is for the full medium. Now, if you're going into the large, you need to do 6. So you measure your shoulder from one end to the other, and as you're creating one band of the squares, you can put in front of you shoulder to shoulder, and this does go all the way to the top because it will be attached on the top, back to front together, okay? So just to let you know, as you can see, and it's only going to be attached in one square, okay? So 3 will be left out, the middle one for the neck. We don't attach here, nor here, nor here. We're going to attach here the last one, which is my 5th one. And like I said, this is a full medium. So I'm in my last row of the square. Now, I'm going to come to this one here, and I'm going, after doing the 5 chain, corner to corner, so I'm going to do a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to come and do my group. We're going to attach it on the shoulder. So do your 4 double crochets. I'm going to do 3 chain. Oops. Did I make a mistake? Yes, I made a mistake. I grabbed into the wrong one. Always look ahead of the video too, people, to make sure that there's not a mistake done, that we need to fix it. I gotta grab the corner exactly, and I was grabbing the sleeve. That wasn't smart. 3, 4, and 5. But it does happen. It's common to make mistakes. We're only human. And you should always look ahead of the video, no matter who's the creator, because sometimes mistakes can be done and we can fix them right away or change something up ahead in order not to take everything down. So after we attach the corner, we do the 4 double crochet, 3 chain. Now we're going into the middle of the back one. So we're tying in the shoulder, 2, 3. Remembering that the middle attachment is always a chain of 7. So 3, 1 single, and 3 more chain. And the corners are always a total of 11. So now we got this corner here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, because I had attached these ones, I didn't go straight in a row in order to show you how it was closed here and where to attach it there. I need to attach this one also onto here, onto the top, okay? This corner, exactly like this corner here. So this one would be this one. And we need to attach the corner into the shoulder, okay? So we're just going to do that at the same time for now. Of course, if you're doing your row straight. You don't have to go through this process like I am now, but this is simple. It's just attach it into the corner. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And back down into my square. Create the 4 double crochets. I keep saying group, I don't know why. Well, it is a group, but not groups. And then 1, 2, 3. We're going to attach it into the middle. 1, 2, and 3. And into the group of 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go into the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And finish up our square, because we need to still do the bottom. So it's 2 rows back and 2 rows the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do your 4 double crochets and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Create your group of 4 double crochets. And the last 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So when you're closing, it always ends up in a 7 chain. Just a little reminder. So you have 1, 2, and 3. Remembering that this one, the second one here, also has to be attached onto the shoulder. So you're going to have your 3 left out. So now you got your shoulders in. And now we are going to attach, actually just let me tidy this one here, because I don't like to do it at the end. I like to get rid of it and don't come back to it anymore. So I might as well do it now. Some people like to do it at the end of everything. I don't like to come back to it. I like to get it over and done with and don't bother anymore. So make a few knots to make sure that nothing is going to come apart. Remembering people might have to go to video 2 and 3. So for you subscribers, the non-subscribers yet, I hope you do so you don't lose any of the tutorials. So now I'm going to attach it already on here at the edge. So we don't forget that we need to attach this edge of the shoulder, of the under armpit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's only one attachment there on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We are not attaching here because this is part of the arm, as you can see. This is going to be like that. So we're not attaching here. Let me just pull it this way. We're not attaching here. This is the arm, so we don't attach anything on there. We're going to attach only the corners. Follow me on Instagram too. If you're stuck with something, you could always write to me by there. It's much easier for me to respond. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're doing the corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back in and doing our 4 double crochets. This is such a pretty tonic blouse. It's gorgeous. Whoops, almost knocked my camera. 1, 2, and 3. My space is very limited here. I'm working out of my salon for nails because I work from home. 1, 2, 3. And to our group. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to attach it right where the 2 squares up top is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll show you in a second. And create our group. So this is where we attach. So you're not going to touch the arm area. You're going to leave it out. Now for people that are like 1x, 2x, 3x, then you know you need more rows than this because your chest front area is larger, is bigger. And so instead of 2 rows, you need to row like 3 rows. Measure it as you go. These are 10 centimeter squares. So you measure by there from, you know, your neck area to down to where your chest area, and see if you need 3 or 4 squares, depending upon the size you're making, because a 2 row isn't enough for a double X or triple X, okay? Because you also need that arm largeness for the largeness of your arm. It won't be enough, only 4 squares here for the arm. You're probably going to have like 6 or 7 squares, okay? These are things that are important to be mentioned, because if you start creating only 2 rows and you're like a 2x or a 3x, well, you ain't going to fit in it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Just see where I'm at. And I think I did a mistake here already. Did I? No. Okay. So we're going to continue and close it here. So you needed to close these 3 up here. So we need to do 7, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Eight, 9, 10, 11. Create our group. So I had posted this up in one of the groups, one of my favorite groups, Crochet Therapy. Most of you know already. And I usually post my stuff there even before I put out the tutorial. So I had posted the blouse up already over there and asked what they thought about it. And some people were asking me how long does it take to create this. Now, for me, it takes about 35 hours. But yeah, and I crochet fast. But all depending how fast you are and how slow you are, I can't really be exact on it with you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to close in. And that's all you do. You don't close here because this is going to be part of the chest area that we need to do the star stitch going down. So only on the sides that we're going to close in once. Make a couple of knots here. Make sure that everything is secure. Okay, so now you know you have your neck area, you have your arm area, and this is the front before the chest area. So now we're going to continue with the other 3 down here attachments. So we're going to attach corner, middle, and here. Middle, in here, and back down. And we continue on from there. Okay, so we're going to grab the corner here now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And of course you grab the corner after you've done your 5 chain, right? You do your group. We're going to attach in the middle now, so we're only going to do 3 chain. 1, 2, and 3. Whoops, my hands are stretched out, and that's why it keeps coming off the needle in order to record 1, 2, and 3. Usually when we're crocheting, we have the thread and needle up our chest, right? So it's not easy to record people. Sometimes, you know, people think it's just so easy to do a tutorial and put the video out there, but it really isn't. Okay, so we did the middle. Now we're going to do the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now where we have all of the attachments, so we go right on the center back to back, close it in with single, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to come back down to our group. And 1, 2, and 3. So you see where you are. So you know you have to attach it here in the middle. 1, 2, and 3. Do your group. Good heavens. It's just so hard to keep your hands all in one place for the camera and stretched out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to attach it here where we have both squares from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And finish the rest of the square. just show you so you don't get confused. Okay, so we've attached here 1, 2, and 3, middle, and on the corner. Now we're going to continue, no attachment. Okay, so now we're going to do our 7, our corner, our 11 chain, and the last one before we lock it in, 7. So I'll meet you at the end. So I finished mine off, as you can see. And now I'm just going to continue the same way, same procedure on here. So the only thing we do not attach is the bottom here. So we need to attach on here, and of course not this one because we don't have the other one yet. But as soon as we create the last one here, we're going to create in all 3 corners except for the bottom. We don't close the bottom, everything else will be closed in. Right? So we're going to grab the corner, because we're now closing the bottom, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do our group of 4 double crochet, and then 3 chain. We're going to attach the middle to the square. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to attach it here. 1, 2, and 3. Come back to create our group. And then we're going to do 5 chain to attach into the corner where all the other corners are attached to the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have all of the squares here. Go in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 chain, come back into the group, create your group, and then we're going to attach the center again with 3 chain. 1, 2, and 3 into the top square. Trying to not loosen my stitch too much because then it won't look pretty. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to attach, after doing the group, we're going to attach the corner again. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And into the groups here of the attachment. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you know where you are. And then we're going into the side here, and there's no attachments now until the next and last square. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wish I had something shooting me thread constantly. And do your 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because we're doing the corner, and only on the next one we're going to count 5 and not 11 on the next square, which will be the last square to attach in my case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We always finish, close up with a 7 chain. Just gonna go through here. Bring my thread all the way to the bottom here between these loops and start giving knots here in the bottom. Now, a lot of times people ask me if I sell the pattern. I don't write patterns as I don't read patterns. Unfortunately, I don't understand anything about that. So, no, I only do tutorials. I don't write them. I've had people offer me to write it, but you never know if they're going to make a mistake, and then people are going to come and yell at me for it. So I rather not. I rather leave it like that. You can watch the video and take notes and create your own pattern. Okay, so this is pretty much what it's starting to look like. So we're almost closed. We only have one more left to close, so we're going to close here, here, and here. And we don't touch the bottom. So we're going to close the 4 corners on all of them and the middle, except one middle stays out, like this one here. So basically we're doing all of that like we just did, and leave this one down. So do yours and I'll do mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay everyone, so we pretty much closed in. This is the arm, this is the neck, and this is the other arm. Now we're going to start the star stitch in the bottom. Now, if you don't want to do the star stitch, you can just continue on with the squares to the desired length you like. All you have to do is just keep adding them on the same way as we've been doing here. So you just follow all the way to the length you want. That's another beautiful tunic right there. And if you're doing the star stitch, this is Portuguese star stitch, and you're going to follow instructions. So we're going to turn it to the chest area, I guess, if you want to call it. And we're pretty much going to start anywhere here. This is very simple to do. Now, I did 20 rows for myself just to cover the chest area, and then the squares following from that on. Now you can go to the desired length you'd like. Even with the star stitch, you can go longer, or you can go all the way and not put squares on the bottom. It's up to you. You have several options. This is why I like to create something. First, you can do whatever size you'd like. Very simple, just adding on more squares to it from the top or from the sides. It doesn't matter. You can do a whole piece just with squares, or you can mix it up like I did with the star stitch. And you can go to the desired length you'd like. Now with this star stitch that we're going to start now, I'm going to explain something to you. Sometimes we are full medium up top on our shoulders, chest area, but sometimes we have a little bit more of stomach, you know, the side, the little spare extra on the sides. We all know what that's about. Well, most of us do that have children. We tend to get those little spares on the side. And if you don't want that area under your chest area to be too tight, so we're going to start adding some stitch here, because you could be a medium up top, but you could be a large under the chest area going down. So if that's the case, then you could also add more squares or star stitch in the bottom after the chest area, instead of doing, you know, a full large, because you are a medium up top, but you know, you have a bit of stomach, so it's a large, not a medium. Well, you can work the pattern both ways, just to let you know, okay? So we're going to do a slip stitch knot, and like I said, you're going to turn your pattern. The neck stays facing towards you. Now I'm going to grab here right where it meets back and front. If you want to, you can really grab it anywhere, but I like to grab it on the side so there's no stitch showing from where we start. So I'm going to do a single over here right on the double crochet. I'm going to do one chain going up just to get that going. Now I'm going to do this row is only going to be of half double crochet, okay, because I want my edge to be firm to start my star stitch after. So next space, half double crochet, next space, half double crochet. Now when you get to the loops here, this is where you can put yours to a large, okay, by adding. So let's say we have 7 chains, you can do your 7 half double crochet. That's going to give you more of a large area in the bottom after your chest area, your breasts, okay? I'm gonna, because I do have a little bit of that, spare tire underneath the chest there, but not like excessively. So I'm gonna do mine 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do mine a 4. This will be a medium, okay? So I'm going to do 4 half double crochets into the next. I'm going to do half double crochets over double crochets from the previous row. Now for you that are like a large, go with a 6 or a 7 inside of the space here. At least 6 for sure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. It looks weird because it leaves a lot of space here, but it doesn't matter. We're going right into the next one. It will all fall in together like that. Okay. 2, 3, and 4. I'm not tightening it too much, so I'm giving it a little bit of loosage, not too much loosage because I don't want it to be baggy either. And then just half double crochet over the double crochets from the previous row. So as you see. Now, for some of you that are like a real full medium, almost going into a large, go with a 5 half double crochet, okay? It will be more comfortable for you on that area. I'm just going to do 4 because I'm fine with 4. If I have to put one of those tight girdle ones, then I will, Us women, we do what we can, right? It is what it is. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's basically 4 everywhere until the end. It all falls into place once we start with the star stitch too. Everything will be lined up perfect. Okay. Now I might have to go already to the second video because it's taking too much space on my mobile phone. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to the first one here. Second. Third. And fourth. This is just to give me a good start with my star stitch. Okay, so into the empty space here. 2, 3, and 4, going into my double crochet. Make sure you go right into the center of both loops, not just one, because then it looks weird if it starts pulling. So basically what you do will fall into place once you get the other row going. So spread them out and it's all good. So it's going to stay like that. And we're going to do this all the way to the end. And 4. Now you measure yours and you see once you have the length of your star stitch on height from your chest to the belly area. If you want to go longer, you go longer. You can go all the way to the hips if you'd like, and then put only one row of these squares if you like. I mean, it's really optional. It's up to you how you feel comfortable with it. You know, the good thing about it is that you can do several things to it. And this is the whole point of me creating this type of thing, because there's so many people that, you know, they want to follow a pattern, but it's a smaller size. And then they don't know how to proceed to get like a bigger size. So why not create something that fits for everybody? Okay. So obviously if you're doing with 7, let's say with 7 up here, well, then you probably need, or 8, I should say 8 for the double X's and triple X's. So you would tie in 2 and you leave 4 in the middle out for your neck and 2 on the other side. Okay, so that's pretty full size. Double X and triple X, it's good enough. Okay, so we're going to continue doing this all the way around. Very simple. So I've come to the end. I'm going to go right into my first one here and close it up with slip stitch. Now, of course, in camera it's kind of hard to see, but because camera's small, but this is what it looks like. Now we're going to start our Portuguese star stitch, because I know there's so many star stitch out there. This one's a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. In the next space, no, actually, sorry. In the same space, we're going to do another double crochet. So that would be considered 2 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3 chain going up. In the same space here, we're going to do an incomplete double crochet. We are going to come in the same space where we started, incomplete double crochet, and another time. So we're going to have 4 in our needle, incomplete, and we're going to skip 1, 2 on your third one. We're going to do incomplete, and again on the same space. So now we have 6, 2, 4, 6 on our needle, and now we're going to close them in all in one shot, and you're going to stay with 3 groups of 2 and 2 going sideways. So again, 1, 2, and 3. Chain here on the center. We're going to do an incomplete one on the same space where we have the other 2. We're going to do 2 more incomplete double crochet. So now we have 4 on the needle. We're going to skip 1, 2 on the third space, incomplete, and on the same space again, incomplete. So now we got 6 on the needle. We're going to close it in all in one shot. So now you got your 2 half stars, 1, 2, and 3. Again, where we closed all together, another incomplete double crochet in the same space, incomplete, in the same space again, incomplete. So now we have 4 on the needle, 1, 2 on the third space, incomplete, in the same space, incomplete, this is a gorgeous stitch, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do an incomplete, so let's take 2 on the needle. We're going to come back in the same space where we have the other 2, incomplete, and another incomplete. So now we have 4. We're going to skip 1, 2 on the third space. We're doing 2 incomplete double crochet and close it in all together. See how it all blends in, falls into place. 1, 2, and 3. Into the center, incomplete, into the same space, 1 and 2 incomplete, 1, 2 on the third space, and 2 more incomplete. So now we got 6 on the needle. And now we're going to close it in all in one shot. 1, 2, and 3 chain into the middle, incomplete. We're coming in, incomplete, another incomplete, and we're going to skip 1, 2 on the third space, incomplete on the same space, incomplete. So we got 6 on the needle, and we close it up, 1, 2, and 3. And this is how it's going to be, this first row, like that all the way around. And then I'll come back to you on the second row. Now I'm going to go into video 2 because it's taking too much room. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So on the third space, you do 2 more incomplete, and you're going to do this all the way around. 1, 2, and 3 into the middle here where we closed off all together. Into the same space, we do 2 incompletes right there, and then 1, 2 on the third space, 2 more incomplete. So we have 6 on the needle, and we close it all in the same space, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to continue on like that. I'll meet you at the end of this row, and we are going to go into the second part. Thank you, everyone.